Hello everyone, we are live on twitch.tv/Asuma and the bananas in chat have gone all the way off the screen immediately, so let's read a couple at random. Let's read some MindFox54. Let's read some non-subbed people, you know. UGM Trash, not that I don't appreciate my subs, but they're usually the first people to put bananas in chat. Markle Albertsma, Slav Banana, Top Malacus. Now, Slav, I have a question for you because you are one of several people that typed boring bye, and I've noticed there are some less common names in chat randomly putting boring bye, which is fine, you know, don't like it, off you go, see ya. But I was wondering if this was like a bot thing, but then you've gone and put bananas in chat, so obviously you know what's... There it is, look. Salalas saying boring bye. Is it like a meme thing? Yeah, now everyone's piling on and saying it. Because you put bananas, so I don't think a bot would know to put bananas in when we started. Apparently it's a Mumbo meme. Oh god. Why are Mumbo memes the worst? Like typing in Bumbo in capital letters and now boring bye. It's just... Okay, so it's a meme that made me think that there were bots. You know, that's productive, I guess. Right. Need some inventory clearing going on over here, don't we? I guess some of the stuff I could put away would be in the building blocks. I know exactly what we're doing at the beginning of this stream, peeps. I know exactly what we're doing. We're doing some redstone. Wait, that's not building blocks. There we go, trapdoors over here. So welcome back to another live stream on the twitch.tv/theasuma, and we have cheers and bits, a noise in the ear. Actually, one here from Mon PJC in the pre-stream. The pre-stream music, by the way, was Aeon's Confer. If you liked the music that you heard there, that is a very special record to me. I have been listening to that for... oh god, over 16 years, and it was a record that me and my friends just used to listen to over and over and over again, and it still sounds great to this day. And it was free. It was in the early days of the internet, and they just wanted to give away their music before you had all these big platforms like Bandcamp and whatnot for distributing music. So it's a special little record. Yeah, and that was the music that was playing, Aeon's Confer. Go look them up if you liked it. So Mon PJC says, Morning X, have a great stream this morning. I'm off to see my mum and just wanted to wish all the mums out there a happy Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day today, is it? Jeez. And I'll catch your stream later on the second channel. Thank you so much for doing that. It's very kind of you to do. I hope you have a great day with your mum. I've never really celebrated Mother's Day and Father's Day in my family. Always seen it as a con, as a kind of way to get you to buy presents and cards and all that kind of stuff. Like the origin of things like Mother's Day are corporate. Like they come from corporations trying to stimulate ways to sell cards and to sell more presents and stuff. I'm going to pinch some materials from Scar. Scar won't mind. Scar's a sport. I don't want to spend ages flying around trying to get a small amount of this or that, right? Plus, it's for the build we're doing here together, peeps. Don't go mad. Don't tweet him. Don't tweet him saying Asuma stole a stack of stone. Goodness me. Calm down. Call your mum, says Ray's Quasi. I speak to my mum on a regular basis, you know. And, you know, if ever I see something that I want to get for my mum as a present, I'll do it. Like, I won't go out of my way to do it on some particular day. Christmas is corporate too, says user Jamie. Yes, but it has its origin in you know, in religion, right? Like it's more traditional, more cultural. But things like Mother's Day and Father's Day are very much holidays pretty much invented by car companies. Right, so what we got to do... Oh, I'm going to need a lot of torches. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of these blocks. Yep. I'm probably going to need more redstone before we put our head down here. We've got more noises in the ear, by the way. Ape Rover is here, resubscribing for 13 months, saying, been a while, but good to be back. Yes, yes, I was, as I read your name, I thought, it's been a while since I've seen Ape Rover. And, by the way, peeps, I always feel really kind of guilty, because from my perspective, I have to juggle so many names in my head so that it becomes a big blur. And there are some names, and I've been doing this for years, and there are like lots of names that I remember of people who aren't around anymore. We found one yesterday actually. Harry K used to be a big part of our Plot World server, and we just found a document with his and a few other people's names on yesterday, and it just reminded me of just how many different names I have to like juggle. So sometimes I feel really guilty if I get something wrong. So please forgive me if I ever get your name wrong. I just realised something else we need here as well. Something that's going to help me build the rest of this. Let's grab some iron blocks. Harry Kane, the footballer. Nice, says Nikki. I don't think it is. But well spotted. Harry K. Yeah. Right. So I think the way I place these is from the inside to the out. This looks about. Is this one smaller than the other one? Is the other one like a bigger crossing? Let's go check that out. I think this one's bigger. It is. Maybe the timing could be a little bit different. 8 Rover says, "Oh, I remember Harry K." Well, there you go, 8 Rover. You are old school, my friend. He was a very active member back in the day. Okay, so how many of those did I do? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5. And does that give us enough for the whole thing? 11. Yeah, I think it does. We just enough to do the one down the other end, considering it's 5 wide as well. But anyway. We can stick our head under here now, and now we know how wide this is. It is that 5 wide right there. Sweet, now we can get into this. Yos in Live says, "I've only seen your YouTube videos. You are on my recommended channels to watch." Are you saying that this is your first stream? If so, welcome to the stream. I do stream regularly. And yeah, welcome to the stream. We got Sander9714 here doing cheers, throwing bits with no message. Sander, thank you ever so much for your cheers, your bits, your contribution to the channel. I appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoy the stream we're doing here today. It's going to be a fun one, I know, because I'm just in the mood for streaming. Streaming, I think, in the morning on the weekends is probably my favourite, actually. Actually, streaming anytime is my favourite. I'm not fussy. So, Lady Belltrix there in chat making a request for someone to join Hermitcraft. I have to talk about this so often. It's such a bad idea to do that. Do you want to know why? The person that you have suggested, for whatever reason, has been suggested to me several times over the last few days, and that looks really bad on their behalf. I can't say that they have... you know, tried to get people to persuade us or anything like that, but it's such a bad idea. And I have to say it time and time again, people. Just let it be with us and recruiting and bringing people to our group. It's you know, just so much better that we figure those things out ourselves, right? And it just creates a really bad atmosphere and impression when you get tons of requests for a particular person to join. Because it most of the time, especially when it happens like that, looks like they're trying to say something and persuade us, which is not a great way to set up a relationship with like a group of friends, right? So yeah, I mean, if there's someone you really like, don't mention Hermitcraft, just share their videos, just talk about them. That's all you have to do. But if you do the whole join Hermitcraft thing, it's like it just sets a really bad precedent for everything. Right. I now need more. I just need more of everything at the moment, don't I? Anything planned for April Fools on the Hermitcraft server, or will it just be green being green? Emma, mate, it'll just be another normal episode of Hermitcraft from me. Nothing special. Where on the world are you? Says Nadoria. Okay, so that's the HRN. That is the medieval district. In this area that you can't really see, but you can see the beacons behind the buildings. That's the fantasy area. This is the pirate station. That way is the pirate district. We have the shopping district over there, and more of the shopping district can be seen over here. That's the Big Logs shop. So that's where we are. Yet another brony says that obviously means X has something planned. No, it doesn't. I'm not a troll. I don't I don't say things and mean other things. I'd never do that. Never would I do that. Let's get rid of some more junk. Okay, more torches. More redstone. Evil X might have plans, says a baby orca. Evil X has been retired. It is sad to say. Might come out of retirement one day, but for now, Evil X is calling it a day. Oh, I keep having this weird instinct for a hot cup of tea. And today I don't have a hot cup of tea because I had one a moment ago with my breakfast. And yeah, I just keep getting this weird instinct, even though, like, usually I forget, right? Usually it's, oh, I'm a derp, oh, I forgot my tea. And now it's, oh wait, I've got a problem here. I remember how to fix it. Yeah, that's right, okay. See, I've done a little bit of this redstoning already today. Yesterday. And I know where to move things. I know the entire circuit we're building here, so it's just a case of us hanging out and getting the job done. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, it's that one there. So, do I go back one there? I think I go back one. Not sure if it's going to be the exact same way I've done it before. Also, we've got a little bit of something else that probably won't get in the way here. Yep, so that'll activate the redstone from above. Then the pulse will get extended. And then it connects to that. Excellent, that's exactly what we want. So now we've got to mirror it and do this the opposite way around over here. So it'll go there and there. And that means that thing's in the way, so I need to move it. Nadoria says, by the way, you're like the third person ever to pronounce part of my name properly. Really? Because I'm the one who butchers the names normally. Ask anyone in chat. They've never heard me say a name correctly. Oh, this is not working out. Hang on. Will you be doing a Satisfactory series on YouTube, says Cuplex? Nah, don't think I will. I'm not even sure I'm going to stream it again anytime soon. I do like the game. It's just too slow and clunky to keep me interested, I think. And I can't play it at the moment, which don't help, obviously, because that update seemed to break a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, I'm just kind of not bothering with it at the moment, I guess. It's a good game. I don't want to knock it or anything. I just find it a little bit too slow for me. Okay, I think we just got to tidy up this bit here. And then we good. Then we good. Oh, this thing might be done as... It cracks me up, that. Right, so I need this and that. Beautiful. Now, is this a problem? I fixed this problem over here. I think I know the mistake I've made. I've made it in one place as well. Let's go back down here. I'm supposed to attach that to the side of the block. While we're down here, I want to check that I did that with the other one. Okay, there we go. Ender pearl out of here. I think I had a noise in my ear, but I'm in focus mode. Focus mode, people. Okay, I think that's all correct. We'll check it. Well, we can check it now, actually. So, if a player's coming through... Brilliant! That's exactly what we want. The other way. Beautiful. Okay, that's wonderful. This one over here works. I'm not going to add note blocks. Not for now. Maybe a project for another live stream, I might. The Ozium is here, resubscribing with Amazon Prime for 14 months. The Ozium, thank you for using your Prime subscription on me. I appreciate that. And I hope you're enjoying today's stream. Thank you for your support. Coddy Lid says, assuming this is my first time watching you, and what are you building? We're doing redstone for these crossings right here, okay? So, we have a tram HRN line running through the district, and there are several crossings into different areas, and we must make sure that when a minecart comes by, it is going to flip up these trapdoors and keep the peoples of the area safe. If you happen to be on the line when they flip up, you're going to get smacked with a minecart. Oh. Madagia or Madagaya? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I'm probably not. But thank you ever so much for subscribing with Amazon Prime. I appreciate you doing that. And Todd M as well for 11 months of Amazon Prime. Appreciate you ever so much. You see all those Amazon Prime subs coming through at the same time. I reckon they always seem to come through in groups, right, and batches. I reckon that's the way the system works. Awake Soda says, wasn't Evil X redeemed at one point? I think you banned an innocent man with an evil in name. Yeah, Evil X was redeemed, but hey, I didn't really go anywhere with that. When the activator rails kick the player out. I don't think there are any activator rails here. Let's go down the middle and do the same thing we just did a moment ago. JK Original says, hey, what did I miss? Not much. What we've already done, we're about to do again. So what you're seeing is what we just did a moment ago, essentially. Okay, so... Oh, I like this one. Got a bit of the Minecraft soundtrack on today with some more music by C418. Been listening to a lot of his lately. Really dig the guy's music. Reggie YouTube is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime for 4 months, saying, hi X, I haven't been about for a while, but it's great to see you still making such calmly titled and produced content. What do you mean by calmly titled? Do you mean no capital letters? Because I have used capital letters on occasion, but I save it for when it makes sense. Yeah, it's one of those things, right? All these different practices that people have, like using capital letters, and now emojis in the titles are becoming kind of popular. I just like sticking to the original way, and plus with Hermitcraft it's like I kind of want the whole thing to be consistent. That's why I've never changed the logo, because I want it to be consistent. And you know, the logo still works, I can't complain. You know, people are watching, I'm not going to point at the logo as if it needs changing. Right, what we need is more granite, and what I see is potentially some over here. Yeah, look at that. Exactly what we need. And I've picked up absolutely none of it. Perfect, all of that gets converted. I'm going to have to fill in that space back in though, not with the andesite. Fill it in with stone. Yeah, sticking TV emojis on the title of stream announcements, says Camo J. Yeah, I do it on my stream announcements. I put them in the description box of my videos. We were talking about the Hermitcraft episodes, I believe. Experiment with it. There's no real noticeable difference, is what I would say. It's like, you know, it's not like, oh, this video seems to have attracted gazillions more people. If it has made a difference, it might be in like a small percentile, but it's nothing you can really track that well, so... Then again, the last few Hermitcraft streams we've done have been pretty successful here on Twitch. Lots of people tuning in, so maybe it is those emojis, okay? You know? Maybe we can thank the emojis. Peeps, did the emojis bring you here? Did you go, oh look, Asuma is streaming. I don't really like his live streams, they're not my cup of tea, but look at those emojis! Oh, I've got to go watch now. I've got to go and watch. I've been convinced by the emojis. Yes, absolutely, says Hand Soap. Absolutely. Oh, wonderful. Right. That's going to need some repairing. So, if I do this by memory... Which is... Nah, it's going to be a little tricky to do it all by memory. Just step by step. I think it's like this. Whoopsie. Emojis help algorithms give you priority in the feed, says David. Where did you hear that? I've not heard that before. It's entirely possible that YouTube have programmed it to do that, but it doesn't sound... I mean, unless we get like proper confirmation from perhaps YouTube creators, or sorry, Creator Insider, or one of the vidIQ type people, like, I would be highly skeptical of that. Highly skeptical. Look at this, I keep running out of the redstone. I've been making loads of it. So we need more torches and we need more wire. Let's end a pearl out of this, you know, out of this hole. Literally in a hole. Real Plagiatus in chat saying, hooray, restarting my PC has turned this podcast into a video stream again. Cool. By the way, peeps, thank you for hitting the follow button. I can hear you doing that in the background. If you haven't hit the follow button, we almost got 1,000 peeps watching today, so feel free to do so. X, can you shout me out? Tomorrow's my B-Day. You know what? Happy B-Day in advance. That's what I'll say to you, Rocky. We don't do shout-outs here, but a happy birthday is always a welcome thing. Marilyn Miner says, I'm here because I couldn't sleep, so soaking the top of X on the phone is very relaxing. Cool. Cool. I tell you what, a hot bath will help you go to sleep, though. Can't remember the specifics. I know where I heard that. The sleep scientist guy on the Joe Rogan podcast saying that your body releases a lot of heat and that helps you fall asleep. It's something to do with I think it's something to do with the temperature of your body when you sleep, and the act of your body getting rid of all that heat after you've had a hot bath kind of puts your brain to the right temperature to go to sleep, something along those lines. Okay, so what were we looking for? Sticks and redstone, that was it. We'll go with that. Nadoria Doga says, my B-Day is in less than 3 weeks. Well, happy B-Day in less than 3 weeks to you. Ehegum says that the tag game is dead. Yeah, it's finished a while ago. We can put the repeater back. No. Do I need more repeat? I got a feeling I might need a couple more repeaters. Let's not put it down to chance, people. That would be a bad idea, wouldn't it? Okay, that should be everything to finish this one off. And when we finished it off, we'll go somewhere else, because I know y'all don't like to stay in the same place on a stream for too long. We're going to head over to Tower Bay. Who can tell me what Tower Bay is? Jeez, what's that? What's that, Asuma? Not heard of Tower Bay before. Have you not? Really? Okay, let's... I'll explain what Tower Bay is when we get there. It'll be anticlimactic. Okay, telling you... What a fair warning. Anticlimactic warning, that's what I'm giving you. Okay, there might be another little bit of reshuffling we need to do over here with certain blocks. Yeah, that one in particular. So, I'm going to break you. We made this mistake a second ago. I need to put it there. Okay, that one can stay where it is. On this side... Oh, did I miss it altogether? Apparently I missed it altogether. So I've got to go back and make a lever. Brilliant. Brilliant. All the back and forth, all the time. And we're missing a couple of torches. And that's it. That's all of the redstone in place. We now need one lever. One lever to finish the whole thing off. Cool, and I keep thinking about having a sip of tea, and there's no tea here. Kelp Farm says Supernatural Ice. Yes. Jan X got it as well. Quite a few of you in chat have got it. Tower Bay, Skyscrapers, says Chilari. You know, I thought it was a bit more mysterious than that, but y'all are smarter than me, so there you go. Now, don't go tweeting Scar, telling him that I've been pinching his levers. I literally have no cobble and didn't want to travel really far. Oh, do you know what? I could have just used my other pick. Oh, here I am thinking I need to travel. My brain is awful. I'm just going to say it now. My brain is... There's something wrong with my brain. I thought I'd have to travel for ages to go to my base and get a box of cobble. And so I thought I'll just pinch a couple of levers from Scar. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can mine blocks. Jeez, I'm supposed to be a professional Minecrafter. And I can't do simple, basic things. Alright, let's get out of here. This beast should be ready to work. Final touches are putting these things in place and then testing it with our minecarts. Nice. Huh. This is great. Well, that's it. All done. That's pretty awesome, I think. Productive beginning. The cobble is hiding all around you, says Eugene Trash. Exactly. Cuplex says there's something wrong with your brain. Jeez, that's new. Not like we knew about this 4 years ago. Alright, Cuplex. Smart person, alright. Probably got double digits IQ, haven't you? Show off. I always forget how calming the Minecraft music is, says Lil Ozzy. Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? I love it when it comes on shuffle on my phone. You know, if I'm out and about, not even playing the game. Because it's such wonderful music. Right, time to tidy up. Put the blocks and the things away. See if we can squeeze some of this in here. Yes, should be able to quite easily. Gravel should have its own box. Gravel, gravel, gravel. Terracotta, I got that. Can't really shuffle anything about here though. So we can start to put some of these away now. Lights, I got those. X, are you implying you have a single digit IQ if you consider someone have a double IQ digit showing off? Oh, yep, someone got the joke. When I was a kid, I took an IQ test and my IQ was pretty high. I'm almost like afraid to take one again because I think I would have declined. Steep decline is what I expect. Oh, we got a noise in the ear. And the noise in the ear is... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Here it is. There's no more room in there, right? Yeah, that thing's pretty full. The noise in the ear is... Quillen! Resubscribing for 19 months, Quillen. Thank you ever so much for your continued support. I appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream we're doing here today. Thank you for resubbing and coming by and hanging out with us. Bam. Let's jump in the bed. Beggar Loves Panda says, I've been playing Minecraft for 5 years and I don't realise you could get the music separately. Deep. It's all on Bandcamp. I think it might be free as well. Alright, there's all of our shulker boxes sorted and organised. Everything goes back into the backpack. Look at this. I'm good for something, right? I'm good for something. Okay, y'all can moan about me being a dirt, but at least I'm good at organising my items. Right. Where we're going to go next is actually just around the corner. I don't trust IQ tests. When I was 14, I got told I have a 130 IQ. I class myself as smart, but nowhere near that clever. MMA, I don't think 130 is like particularly exceptional. It'll be a fair bit above average. If I remember correctly, what I got tested for was 160, which is where you're in the middle of the like top bit. So right, if you imagine a bell curve, right? If I remember it correctly, my score was in the middle of the dip on the part past the middle. So the middle is the top of the bell, and then the bell will fall down and peak out. I was right in the middle of the falling down bit. But I'm going off of memory. I might have taken a screenshot of it and saved it on my computer, and I would still have that. Do you want me to go have a look? Like, I might have it. Do you know what? I'm going to go look, okay? If there's one thing people don't like doing, it's staring at a screen with someone talking and they're not doing anything. But I'm going to have a quick look, just because I know I saved it, and it might still exist, because I just save all my data, right? Like, it'll be in that folder. And do you know what? I might end up looking for a long time if I'm not careful. I've got to be smart. That's where it will be. And possibly in there. No. Just saw something hilarious. Okay, I actually probably don't. If I do have it, it's gonna take me a while to find. So no, I'll scrap that. I'll scrap that. Anyway, the other thing I want to mention is that IQ tests, when we talk about intelligence and smarts, There are many different ways in which you could think someone is smart or intelligent, right? Like, people can be artistic and creative, and you might consider that smart. They can be socially clever, how they interact with people and things like that. The way the IQ test defines it is a form of intelligence for looking at, like, patterns, recognizing patterns and logic and logistics, like that kind of level, or that avenue, if you like. So I like playing a lot of puzzle games like Sudoku and stuff like that. That stuff kind of like gets me interested. So I'd use that as a parallel to say that my brain kind of, I like engaging with looking for patterns and figuring things out. Like, that's fun to me. And so an IQ test will have you doing a lot of things like that, where you're given a set of images or a set of numbers, and it's about how you can link them together. Like, it might be like, you know, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and it's like, oh, add 2 to each number, or they're all odd numbers, you know? Meredith says, yeah, IQ is only measuring a very narrow definition of intelligence. Yes. Well, you can say narrow. It's measuring a type of intelligence, right? But it gets passed around as if it's like the gold standard of being smart or something like that, which it's kind of not. It's just a particular type of smart, if you like. Camera J says, yeah, same. I love patterns and have a very visual brain. Fun fact, the IQ test was developed in France to find out which school a student should go to. Alright. Sounds like an interesting story. Doog Zedo is here subscribing. Doog Zedo, thank you for using the Amazon Prime subscription. I appreciate you doing that. Hope you are enjoying the stream today. Thank you for your support. And I hope you have a good one. Right. Need to get some full stacks in here so I can see what we're working with. Okay, we're going to grab... Let me just think for a second. Yeah, I know what I've got to do. I don't need to think it through. In fact, I'm going to need quite a lot of this stuff. 4 stacks. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4 out of here. And then I need some dye. I know what chest colour the dye one is. And it's going to be all the black ink that we need. Blame! Oh, that wasn't quite enough apparently. And we still need a little bit more. Is that 2 more that we would need? No, it'd be... I think it's 4. 4 it is. Excellent. Right, now what we're not going to do is convert this all to concrete. But there is an important thing I should do early on, because this is going to be the ground out the back here. I do worry, this is actually a little bit dark. But if we just tear up some of this and make a little patch, we're going to have like a work area, right? Actually, that's tarmac black right there. That's perfect. So we need to fill up this space with tarmac because this is going to be a work area. I'm not going to get too much into doing this today, but I kind of want to get all the tarmac down. So I figured what we'd do is we'd place down some tarmac and maybe figure out some decorations for the edge of this area. So we're not going to have a path come down here anymore. This is going to be like for the other area. So this would probably come around the corner here and tuck in. So we're going to have our gravel and andesite. Okay, apparently there's holes below me. Come all the way down here. Right, so we'll do a gravel and andesite first, and then we'll build the tarmac patch off of the back of it. That seems like a good kind of flow, if you want to call it that. GJ424 says, could you say the word tarmac a few more times, please? Tarmac? 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 Why am I saying tarmac? No idea. I hope that was satisfactory for you. If you like puzzle games, try the Room Games series, says Vigan. As always, feel free to tweet stuff at me if you want me to check it out. I don't really play a lot of games though, as you'll probably know if you watch the streams. Like, most of what I play, you see me do. Here we call it blacktop, says Winnie. Alright, not heard that one before. Mochi Games says King Taddy Tarmac. Sounds like King Daddy D-Mac. Now, that's probably what you were alluding to, I'm guessing. Right, now when it comes to this closeness here with the sand, I think having the sand across the edge here is a nice idea. Maybe we'll trim it back in a couple of places, but I reckon for the barrier we're going to want to put something on the sand. So we'll come back to that fort later on. We're going to need to focus at one thing at a time, and that is just getting in this andesite and gravel in. In fact, what we could probably do here is have another one of those, like a little built-up area to kind of separate the work area from anywhere else. This path is also going to come through this area and head over to the water tower. So I need to consider that, I think 3 wide would be here. Okay, and then we've already dug out that 2 wide bit. I'm not really sure where this is going. There's going to be a path through here as well. Right, again, my inventory is filled up. I really need a chest for junk at the moment. Or a shulker box for it. I've got my valuables with me. And we've got a noise in the air. It's Dr. Froggers! Here, Dr. Froggers is subscribing with that Amazon Prime. Dr. Froggers, I thank you for your subscription. And I hope you're enjoying today's stream. I'm having a good time so far. Is everyone having a good time? I hope you all are. Hey X, do you know the specs of the server, says P. Crazzy. I do. The specs of the server are... I researched what the best single-threaded performance hardware was. And in terms of like what was available at a reasonable price... which is still a lot per month. Is a lot of money to host this server, but reasonable. You know, kind of in your consumer range, not your, I don't know, crazy corporate level hardware stuff, right? Like, this was on a website you can just log in and buy a server today. Like, you don't have to do anything fancy. Yeah, it was the one that we wanted, and it was overclocked as well. So it runs a little bit faster, which is cool. Right, that is better. That's what I've needed. A clearer inventory. Now I can see what I'm doing. So I want to grab some gravel, and I need some andesite as well, which will be in our building blocks. Ah, do you know what? I'm going to have to fly back to the base, aren't I, to get more andesite. Look. Got hardly any. That's not going to last us very long. Unless there's like a place we can go dig. Like in one of the holes we just dug. There's probably like an andesite patch we could hollow out and put some torches in. I think I'd rather do that rather than take a trip. So let's get some torches in here and let's go investigate. We've got a noise in here from Fikin, who's subscribing with Amazon Prime. Fikin, thank you ever so much for subscribing. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you for using your Prime subscription on me. Matthias says, are you going to help with Sahara? I haven't been asked to help or to get involved or anything. So I don't think so. Right. Do I see andesite? No. One of these had andesite in it. I mean, I could just do this, right? Like, because we're in range of the beacon, so... How long till I hit andesite? Surely it wouldn't be that long. Not that one. Not that one. Jeez. Click on the right one already. There we go. How long till I hit andesite? No andesite here. Diorite! Diorite again? Ugh. This may or may not be a good idea, I don't know. But you'd think there'd be andesite somewhere around here, right? Okay, granite and diorite together. X, you can craft diorite into andesite. Doesn't it require quartz, though? Diorite again? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me now? This thing's trying to wind me up. Just want a bit of andesite, that's all. It's not like we need a crazy amount. I probably could have flown back, got some, and flown over here again by now. One of them had some andesite in it. That's what's annoying me. Okay, a cave, you know, means we get to see more blocks. So it should be a good chance of us finding some. We got a noise in the ear from Meow Knight. Resubscribing for 11 months, saying, hey X, boiled, scrambled, fried, or poached? Good question. I will eat anything, so any of those are fine. I like when they're... I'm not so keen on boiled. Scrambled sort of alright. I think I like fried the most, sunny side down. However, when I cook eggs myself, that's gravel, isn't it? I tend to sort of do a mix of fried and scrambled. Oh, I've run out of torches now, great. Like, I will fry it, but I will chop it up to make sure it's all been cooked properly, and then it ends up looking like scrambled eggs. You know? Where the andesite at, yo? Where's that andesite at? I'm starting to feel like there's a conspiracy to hide the andesite from me. Oh, there it is. There's the andesite. We're still in beacon range, thank goodness. And it's kind of hard to see down here. And there better not be no creepers sneaking up on me. I'm the only one online. It feels like I should have seen a bunch of mobs in a cave already, right? Right, have I picked up all of it? I think I have. Right, and that should be enough right there. Let's get out of here, peeps. That's all we came for. Craft diorite and cobblestone to get andesite, says P. Crazzy. But where on earth can I get cobblestone? I have none. You know, I would need some sort of non-silk touch pick. Goodness me, what kind of wizardry is that? Thank you for the nice message, Mystic Mamiya. Mystic Mamiya. Sounds like the kind of name I would butcher, right? But I think I've said it correctly. Oh, pole in my way. Big rocks, docks as cobble, says Chair. Yeah, I have cobble too. I just didn't want to fly anywhere. I find myself constantly flying back to my base to pick up hardly anything. I think I should put some lighting in here. I might wait for 1.14 and put sea lanterns down. Oh! Oh! Oh, where's my bed? Okay. Oh! Baddies. Baddies are in this area. Right. Get sword to the face. Okay, don't panic. Don't panic, I said. Goodness me. Goodness me, I can feel myself panicking. Alright, you'll do. You'll burn to death, I hope. Sorry, X, I joined. I slept a bit too much this morning, says Logan Jones. If you're from the UK, you may have not slept a bit much, because the hours went forward. I always find that so confusing. Because I kind of woke up, looked at the time, and thought, you know, normal time to wake up, right? Then I get up and I find out, oh, wait a minute, the hours have changed. So then I'm like, oh, am I an hour, like, behind or forward? I think I've lost an hour of sleep, but I sort of woke up at the same time I would normally do, which is disorienting. But then again, my clock had already moved, my phone had moved the hour forward. So when I saw the time, it was what I thought was normal, but actually I was technically an hour behind. I don't know, it's all very confusing to me. When can we get rid of the madness that is time zones, you know? No one likes them. No one's going, oh, those time zones, they're... Oh, so useful. The hours moved today. Brilliant. Now I know exactly what's going on. No one's ever said that. Okay? I'm telling you right now, I know everything that everyone's ever said. Alright? I know what you said last summer. Jeez. That's a movie, isn't it? I know. No, so I know what you did last summer. Oh, God, the 90s. The 90s. Showing me age. We got a resubscription for 35 months from none other than Tree. The one and only. The one with the roots in the community. Oh, no, I'm not going to do the puns. We're not going to go down that road again. We should just do everything in UTC, says Chair Onki. Yeah, I think we should. I do see that there are some problems, though, that, like, globally, it would mean some people would be like, your 9 to 5 job would be some weird, obscure hours, but that in itself proposes some problems of, like, trying to convey to people in different parts of the world, like, when... You can actually say when you work and it be accurate to them, but then it's kind of distorted in a sense of, oh, so you work like, I don't know, 11, well, let's do something a bit more extreme, like 1 till 9, and then you're thinking 1 AM, 1 PM, and, oh, and then what does that mean? What time is sunrise in your country, you know? So, it flips both ways, I think. If we were to get rid of it, there would be some new challenges, essentially. Right, I think I might even continue this thing and have them, like, every one across here. I don't know what they are. They're just sort of like little barrier blocks or something. Anyway, that path would come over here, and then I think I'd actually make... Well, it's too wide there, so this thing would be 3 wide. And then that means that we could have another 2 wide section here. So this will be more gravel and andesite. And then, would that mean... Yeah, I think we'll keep it 2 wide here, so... Is that it? I need some more gravel. Anyway, we've got noises in here. We got cheers and bits from none other than the Arctic Viking. The Arctic Viking, thank you so much for your support. Not only throwing cheers and bits, but... Oh, that's confused me for a second. But also resubscribing for 3 months. Thank you ever so much, my friend. Appreciate your support. Appreciate it ever so much. Hope you have a good time with us today. Number More says, X hasn't been speaking with people working night shifts or other irregular shifts. How would you know that? What? Maybe I just did a poor job of trying to explain what I was trying to explain. So, yeah, let me explain it again. If we live in different countries, right? Some people live on the other side of the planet. So when you say you work 9 to 5, everyone kind of generally understands what the 9 to 5 shift is, unless you state it's a night shift, right? Again, people will still understand what it says. But if we all had the same time zone, then your 9 to 5, if you're not in UTC, which is where Britain is for parts of the year, then you would shift to being at an odd time, right? Your numbers would change. So your 9 to 5 might become like an 11 till 7 or something like that, right? Now, when you say to someone that you work 11 till 7 and you're from a different country in a different time zone system, well, no, sorry, on the same time zone, then for that person, you're not thinking about what time of day it is in terms of when does the sun rise, right? So you might picture them working a night shift, whereas actually they get up first thing in the morning when the sun rises. So that could be a problem of its own, is trying to communicate and coordinate things with people in different time zones, is that you can't talk in relative terms, right? I think that could be a problem. I could be wrong. "11 till 7, favourite thing X has said this stream," says Bukrazzi. Well, that's an 8-hour shift, so I don't know what made that your favourite, but I don't think it was a derp. Usually people say you're a derp. We've got a noise in the ear from Sander9714 doing cheers and throwing the bits, saying tea reminder. Sander, I appreciate your tea reminder. Thank you so much for the cheers and the bits. I don't have a cup of tea with me today. I had one right before I started streaming, and I thought, don't actually fancy another one. But then I stream, and throughout this stream I've had nothing but like instincts to grab a cup of tea. And I'm like, why don't I have those instincts when I normally stream? You know, what's going on here? Okay, right, we've moved that all around the corner. We're going to do this up proper, I think. So this is kind of ready to be handed over to Cub, because Cub's going to be doing the water tower down here. So, yeah, this is all ready for him to sort of take over and do what he wants with it, is the idea. So we're just going to put this last bit in, build the path, and then work on our tarmac before we head over to the other place, the mysterious, the one and only Tower Bay. Sorry, reading chat to myself there for a moment. Make dates and times easier. Ditch time zones and introduce the 13-month calendar, says MCU. The 13-month calendar makes sense, but I think maybe... Look, no one seems to be replying to me, so I'll say it one more time. But yeah, it seems to be kind of like lost on chat maybe. Betty Baghdadi says we need the concept of time, right? And all the time of day will be different in different places. So time zones are a natural effect of the concept of time. Yes, they are. So by talking about I got up at 7, right, to most people means you get up when the sun gets up, right? If you say I get up at 5, you're like, you picture it in your mind as before the sun gets up. So imagine if we all had the same time everywhere, rather than having different ones for our related time zones. Someone in another country might say to you, oh, I got up at 1. And then it's like, is that getting up in the middle of the night? Is that getting up midday? Like, or is it, do you get up when the sun rises? Or what is it, you know? So, for that reason, us all being on the same time zone could make other forms of communication about what we're doing and when we're doing whatever it is we're doing, might make it, you know, kind of tricky to figure out, is what I'm saying. But I'd say, according to chat, I'm probably just talking to myself. You can say you got up at 1300. Oh yeah, tree, of course. 24-hour clock would eliminate part of what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely. But the rest still stands, right? So we need... now we need granite. Now I need to go back down into that hole and do some more digging, basically. Unless there's some in here. No, there isn't. Got to go back into my hole. Off we go. 24-hour fixes that, though I don't like the idea, says Reganar. No, 24-hour doesn't fix it. It fixes the bit that I said about is one midday or night, but at the same time it doesn't fix it if you're in a different part of the world, right? So think of it like this. If it's 11:50 for me right now here, wherever you are in the world, okay, if you're in a similar time zone, it's not particularly a great example, but imagine you're in the States, or you are in the States. Look at your clock and imagine if that said 11:50, how your day would then be different. How, like, you would think as different times associated with sunrise and sunfall and getting up in the morning. You know, getting up at, I don't know, sort of like 1700, you know, using military clock terms there, in the morning, right? And you'd be like, what are you on about? 17 is 5 in the evening, the sun's going down, not in this part of the world, right? Someone get extra therapist, says extra. I don't know what that means. Becca loves pandas, says I organise interviews as part of my job and time zones are confusing. Yeah. I think I don't know. It seems to me like no one's getting what I'm saying, so I'll just drop it. I'll just drop it. Right, let's go over here. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Jeez, I love the end music, says X-Man. Yeah, this is a good one. It's a good one. Let's turn that into those. We're going to need them. We're going to need them. The other thing that I forgot to pick up were the stairs. We need some stair blocks over here. I am confusion, says DSN. Okay. The stairs. Oops. Throw in the slabs. So I like to put the stairs in first and just put a few of them. Like, not too many. Don't go crazy with it. Right, that'll do. Then we'll put in some of these. You know, I was doing the whole thing with them being on the edges, but with this type of path I don't really make too much distinction. Just put them anywhere. There we go. Back in the bed. Seriously, what's the point of that fancy gate if you keep popping the fence, says the Rush Room. Yeah, that's something I've been struggling with a little bit. So normally in this game, I don't particularly see the environment in a sort of aesthetic live in it kind of way. And where I try to do that, I notice I end up doing things like that, where I still just ignore the fact that there's a gate and that I'm supposed to go through the gate, right? Very pragmatic approach to the game. Not much of an indulgent one, I guess you could say at times. I think that's good. Maybe not quite enough brick. I don't like that one being in the middle. Let's come back to this and just add a few more bricks here and there, I think. That'll probably do it. That'll do it just fine. Right. Time to put these things away. Cool. And I got some andesite to go in there. Let's now let's now do all this tarmac. That's what we've got to do next. So I'm going to give it like a block border here, just in case I want to put an extra block in there. But I just want to fill this out, ready for building on later on. I like the old Minecraft texture better than these weird new textures. They ruin cobblestone. What do you think about that? Says Awake Soda. I'm really happy about the whole texture changing of the entire game. I think it's fantastic. Like, the textures just feel all around a fair bit better for building, a fair bit smarter, a bit more polished up. Yet it feels exactly like the same game. Just looks a little bit better. I think it's really good what they've done. And you get used to it so quickly. I remember when we decided to do this season with it on, at first it kind of felt like, ooh, the textures are different. You kept noticing it. And then after about 2 days, it's like, everything's normal. What is your favourite 1.14 feature, says a baby orca? I wonder what that could mean. I don't know. I like a lot of the features. There was one thing they added that... They've added a couple of things that are really like subtle, but kind of genius, some technical stuff. I'm so terrible at being on the spot for these questions. I mean, there's plenty of things to like about the new update, that's for sure. TNT is my favourite, says Azad. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a really good one, because it allows you to go back and look at all sorts of farm designs and realise that TNT can be utilised, especially with TNT duping still in the game. I do hope they keep that. I will admit it's kind of cheaty in a big way, but it's one of those things where the cheatiness of it allows you to scale up your gameplay in a way that you can't really do in survival. So you're not going to spend time getting sand and gunpowder together to dig in Minecraft, because the time spent getting the sand and getting the gunpowder, you could have probably just dug the space out of a pick already, right? But when you're able to duplicate it and just have a machine fly across an area and dig a trench for you, that's kind of fantastic. And do you know what, maybe what they should do, maybe they should let you dupe TNT, but it doesn't... actually, I'm not sure about this. This might stop you from using other farms. I was going to say, like, maybe have dupable TNT where it doesn't drop anything, because then it allows you to clear space but not get anything from it, which is kind of fair. But it has its applications in farms as well, you see. The crossbow, says Technical Machine. Yeah, the crossbow looks interesting. It kind of seems a bit overpowered compared to the bow. X, the gravel patch is 3 blocks wide instead of 2 blocks. No, it's all proper. It's all good. The new village system sucks because it is so more difficult to farm iron, says Martendicus. Yeah, I think wait and see with it. They're still tweaking it and figuring it out. I think one of the rewards for completing a raid should be iron in some way. It'd be a bit weird if, like, all of a sudden, you know, iron just started... You know how the villagers give you iron? Maybe the golems that are in the village should give you iron. Sorry, did I say villagers give you iron? The villagers give you prizes when you got Hero of the Village. Maybe the iron golems chuck you iron blocks, because that would be a pretty good way to get some blocks together. So is 1.14 out, says Cora? Not yet, as far as I know. Right, I think I'll dig one more little section over here and then probably call it that. I'm going to fill in that water down the other end as well. I might use up some of the space to the side of it. We'll see where this goes. I'm going to build things like trucks and whatnot around here. And one thing we definitely don't want to do is have this stuff... I should really do this with some sand here. Have this stuff leak over there. I was about to break these blocks and that would have been bad. Would have been very bad. I could use a sponge at this point, but I'm just going to place these blocks and then replace them. Bradders says, time for an eye break. Oh my goodness me, we've been streaming for an hour already. Wow. Let's just finish this little escapade here and... And then we'll do the eye break. The world famous, the one and only. The moment you've all been waiting for. That one. X, if you could visit any place, where would you go, says Poidia Bodia. I'd probably want to visit a alien planet with, like, life forms that are sentient and that you can communicate with. And you'd also be able to survive at this place before you go, oh, going out in space, gonna die. You'd be given a life suit and a universal translator. Don't ask me where this technology comes from. That's where I want to go. Have you ever been to the States, says Oman. I've been to the States, yeah. Been to only one, but twice. Okay, that's good. Put the grass away. Put the sand away. And peeps, it's time for our world famous eye break. That's right. It's time to look away from the screen and you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to go watch another stream then. You're thinking, oh, I'll check my email. I'll look at my phone. No! It is time to stop looking at those screens, those iPads, those phones, those Androids. What are the other ones called? The iPhone? Whatever it is you're looking at. Those doctors say staring at screens all day, not good for you. I'm just looking away right now. I've stopped looking at my screen. Don't type in chat. Why would you do that? I'm not reading it. It's a bad idea. Just give your eyes a rest. That's what I'm here to encourage you to do. I'm looking out for your health. I'm looking out for your eyeballs. You can also replenish your fluids and drink some water. Make sure you drink lots of water throughout the day, you know. Open a window, get some fresh air. That's good for your brain, the old oxygen. If you're in a stuffy room, it's supposed to be bad for your brain. Anyway, you know what I said to the doctor? I said, don't you know I'm streaming? I ain't going to take a full 5 minutes, but I take a little break to look away and remind you to look out for your own health, you know. If you're young, you probably won't feel it now, but when you get older, you start to feel things. Your body starts to degrade. Your eyesight might be one of them. You do these things now, you might thank yourself one day. You might thank yourself one day when you're going, oh, my vision's perfectly normal. Thank goodness for all those times I looked away from the screen. I have no idea if it worked or not. Do you know what's really good though? If you ever have like eye strains or your eyes get tired, learn to do eye yoga. That is some good stuff for achy eyes. If ever your eyes get tired, maybe the muscles strain a little bit achy, anything like that with your glasses, with your eyes, learn to do some eye yoga, man. Look at me! Look at me! I'm using the gate! Beautiful. Right, let's go to Tower Bay. Whew, there we go. Eye yoga, that makes me think weird stuff, man, or is that just my dirty brain, says Mark Endus. You said it, dude, you know. You said it. Whatever you're thinking, that's your brain. I mean, eye yoga ain't dirty. Eye yoga is good for your eyes. Alright, so yeah, down here, this area is going to be called Tower Bay, peeps. When I read that name in my comments, I was like, that's a keeper right there. That one feels right. And I've been trying to just say it to myself over and over again. So we're calling it Tower Bay today. And I think it's going to stick. I don't know, it just feels right to call this place Tower Bay. It's like a bay area, there's towers, and when you mix those two words together, it kind of sounds a bit fluid, you know? It sounds like it rolls. So we're going to go with that. Gonna go with that for sure. For show, peeps. Spray DXL says X, where is the most beautiful place you've travelled to? I've travelled to many places that have been beautiful. I'd say some of the mountains I've gone skiing in have been pretty fantastic. Barcelona is a beautiful city. Been there. The world's a pretty beautiful place. There's a lot of amazing things to see, you know. Sometimes even just like walking in the local nature areas, you know, woods and fields can be pretty incredible. I think I spend too much time probably away from nature, right? Like people often report on the green effect, I think it's called, where like especially if you live in a city, sometimes just getting out to a park or getting out to a field can like just make you feel really good. It's just part of like evolution and your brain's programming that fields and greenery being around you, that's your natural environment, that's your home. And if you spend a lot of time away from it, or like stuck in like a indoor environment, an office or whatever, like just getting out there into the wilds, the greenery can just feel really good. Yeah, and I get that. I get that feeling quite a bit. Right, so we're going to change this landscape over here a little bit. Don't want it to be too flat, but we are making changes. And we're just going to start by tearing out loads of blocks, basically. Trying to get a bit of a shape together. And then we'll start to change the block palette around here, I think. Any tips on how to get a beacon fast, says DGS. I would... You know, you want to find a fortress in the Nether that has a lot of lava around it, like a big open space with a fortress in the middle. That's a pretty good place to get some good spawn rates, right? Because big open spaces mean less places for mobs to spawn. And then if you know how to do a quick kill, if you've already gone to the end dimension and killed the dragon, you can kill the wither underneath the bedrock really quick and easy. So those two things together, like, are big things really. Like, find a place where you can get some good rates for the wither skeletons, and kill the wither the cheaty way, basically. Right, I think that'll do me with the clearing of the terrain. Now, I've been wondering, what kind of block palette do I want to use here? Like, what am I going to try and do and achieve? I've been thinking about doing something with brown. There will be some rocky formations in this area. But at the same time, I could keep the greenery flowing from this back area. Like, where there's all these leaf blocks. I mean, Concorp didn't really mix it up with too much else. I could put down some saplings like that. So what do you all think, peeps? Should we... Oh, do you know what? I've got a job here to do. Let's grab some lamps and redstone blocks as well. Nether ceiling also works, I think, says Raganor. I wouldn't use the nether ceiling based on thinking it's working. You have to find a very specific spot. And a while ago, they made it so that the seed is not the same. The seed of the nether roof used to be the same in every single world, so you could go to a particular point and have the correct configuration of blocks. That is no more, so unless you know exactly what you're doing, that could be some quite bad advice to use the roof of the nether. If you go to any old spot, you'll probably find the wither will break free. Hey X, the gravel path next to concrete is 3 blocks wide, says Jack. Don't worry about the gravel, we're over here now. What do I need to do? Redstone blocks and lamps, that was the one. Let's grab those, and should have a whole bunch of glowstone over here, I do. There we go, right. Let's go put these in place. The nether ceiling has plenty of spots, as long as you know what you're doing, says Isop. Yeah, maybe. From what I can tell or remember, it was not plenty of spots. They used to be quite far apart from one another. Like, you'd have to explore for a couple hundred blocks to find the right configuration. Unless they change something, I wouldn't risk doing the nether if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, did that wrong. And the wither killed me 4 times in a row, says a baby Orkra. Gotta go in prepared, man. Make sure you got the right kind of gear. Also, where do you choose to fight the wither is important. I think the easiest way to fight the wither, if you're not using a bedrock trick, is to go underground, deep underground, and dig a 1 wide hole for ages. You know, 1 by 2. And then build a little area where you can spawn the wither, and then go back into your little cave, because its wither projectiles won't be able to hit you, and you can kind of just keep shooting it with your bow and sort of hide in the gap, because it will hit the walls rather than come through the gap. Ah, I got a big box of stone there. Anyway, what do you people think about this area here? Should we go for greenery? Should we go for brown colours? Or should we go for a rocky formation over here? I kind of feel like in order to transition from Concorp to here, greenery probably is the way to go, but I definitely want to do rocky somewhere. Do you know, I think I'll just go with greenery. Sand, rocks, brown is a suggestion. And sand next to the water. Do I have any dark oak line around here? Gonna need some of that. So quite a lot of votes for green, yeah. I think green makes the most sense. I did want to do something different with that space, but I think we should just stick to what's clearly going to work. In this case. So I could throw in a little bit of that, you know, here and there. We'll take the acacia, what am I saying? We'll take those leaves. We're going to need some grass and bone meal. These we're going to use as lone saplings. What else could I use that would fit into this area that's nice and green? Probably, maybe not vines. Let's get some bone meal in the inventory. Looks like we're running low on this. And we got a noise in here from Pyro Burnham, who's resubscribed for 10 months, saying, the 10 Densey to state my love for the emotes is overpowering. I see what you did there. You made a pun. Brilliant. I like it. The tendency. Thank you so much for your support, Pyro. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Dead bushes and corals is Technical Machine. That would not look like very green and alive. So they've used some poppies. It really just is the basic... are these oak or cha-cha leaves? I think they're oak. We can mix in a cha-cha. We'll mix a cha-cha and oak together. Little bits of coarse dirt closer to the edges seems like another trick there. And some basic flowers. We'll pretty much follow all of that. Let's also get in here and get rid of this stone. We're going to throw in that extra green block we got as well. And what we'll do is we'll make this cover sort of this line right here, yeah? Because beyond this line, I don't know what we're going to build, but there's a big space there that we might make a big old block for a Concorp tower. Because the Concorp are going to come build a tower over here, right? Like some office buildings. So we need to give them a big block, because I know they'll be ambitious. I think this thing needs... Yeah, I think it needs stairs at that point, right? Cool, the music's gone spooky, people. Spooky music. Spooky music. Yeah, I think it goes like that. Bam. Put some mycelium tree in there, says Technical Machine. You mean a mushroom? I mean... Maybe a mushroom could be alright. Like just an odd one on its own. Kind of fills up that space with a little bit of a feature. And once again, my inventory is getting a bit clustered. I don't know if I've got mushrooms to hand. If they're not in this box, I don't know where my mushrooms are. Where would I get some mushrooms from nice and quick? That is a thought to behold. A statue, says Pig Puncher. Yeah, a little statue right there would actually be a good one, wouldn't it? But I think we might be squeezing it in a little bit. We'll stick with what we're doing. So, I need some shears as another thing. My inventory, again, is just a horrible problem. Let's try and refine this a little bit. Don't need that. 2 of those, 5 of them. A little bit of dirt. Gunpowder. Odd bit of stone, slabs. Yeah, that's looking better already. That's looking far better already. Mushroom shop by Docs, says MXV. Ah, right, okay. Whose mushroom shop is that then? Is it Docs? Oh, I think it is Docs, isn't it? Well, I'm just going to break these shears, I think. And there go the shears. Nice. Right, the casino, says UGM Trash. Yeah, so many Docks Casino. There's a place to get mushrooms, it seems. Maybe a fountain, says Hackle. Oh, that could be a nice feature as well, couldn't it? I think a fountain's a good idea. I'm not very good at building fountains, though. ProMark says, can you enchant shears with Unbreaking and Mending? You can, but I think it would be a waste, because unless you're in a place where you've built an XP farm next to where you get your leaves, it's probably not particularly beneficial, considering how disposable iron is. Casual Bone is here, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Casual Bone, thank you ever so much for your subscription. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the stream that we're doing here today, having a good time hanging out with us and all that stuff. So we'll start by the routine of bone meal, punching out the flowers. Maybe we'll keep a couple of them. Actually, I think I'm gonna punch them out in this area. Can leave that there. I don't know about putting lights in this spot. One of the things I'm not trying to do in this area is light everything up. You know, I tend to keep it day when I'm in this area. If there's a place I need to be in AFK, I'll probably light that up, right? Excuse me. There's that breakfast selling. Double Moses says, tutorial for combined leaf XP farm soon. Soon? Jeez, it was just an idea. I think if shears had more durability, you'd be probably more incentivized to put some enchantments on them and keep them, you know. I mean, what are the best XP farms that just flow XP for you? Like, the zombie pigman in the nether one? Like, you could say that's probably a good XP farm to have a constant flow, right? But do you really want to build a tree farm right next to it? I'm not sure. Not sure if it would work like that. It's just a thought anyway. It's kind of boring doing the green way. It's just not as interesting as having some rocks and custom terrain. Anyway, stepping back from that, obviously we've got a few things to do on the side there. I think we're going to have to make this bit down here rocky to satisfy my needs to get some rocks in this area. So maybe we'll bleed a little bit over this side of the path. So now we need to get in the leaves, I think. Just let them go everywhere, really. Little clusters. Maybe have a bit kind of growing up the side of that. Looks like something, doesn't it? I wonder if it should drop down the other side though, like come down over here. Build some delivery vans, says Draco Omega. I'm just going to build what I'm doing at the moment over here in Tower Bay. Oh, putting them into the ground kind of looks interesting, I think. Maybe put some vines over the leaves, says Living Nightmare. Maybe. They tend to spread is the problem with the vines. They spread kind of all over the place. We'll give it a try. We should go for a free high here. Let's have a little right old cluster of them. This area's lacking a bit of the other type of grass as well. We got a noise in the ear from Intermevian42, resubscribed for 17 months, saying tree jokes, unbelievable. Sorry for the pun. Shall I branch out, root around for something better, or am I just barking mad? Thanks for the awesome content, X. Appreciate your resubscription. Thank you ever so much, man. I love the puns. Can you bone mill vines, says Flapjack. You cannot, unfortunately. Right, let's take a little step back again. How is this leafification of the area working out, you know? Like, what is this starting to look like? Oh yeah, just the occasional one in the ground as well kind of looks nice. Sort of worked. I think it's actually pretty nice. Here I am about to say, oh, it doesn't look so good, and then I'm like, oh, actually, it's pretty good. Yeah, a few in the ground seems to work quite well. Maybe not there, maybe here. See, I think this is still in need of a couple more details, ones that we actually have with us. Let's go grab our cyan terracotta as well. So, this is kind of easy. Like, when it's not easy, it makes me feel like it's not good, but I mean, hey, if it works, right? Just want a couple more places to put a few of those in without overdoing it. Maybe down the front here. Yeah, I think that's really good. I think that totally works. Maybe just a little bit more here. I like putting lights under the leaves, says Musco. Yeah, I'm not trying to light up the area though. Like I said, it's going to be like a nighttime view of this place. Sorry, not a nighttime view of this place very often. It's going to mostly be inhabited during the daytime. Because I sleep in the bed a lot when I'm over here, and just going to make me realise how you don't always have to torch spam. You know, that can be like a double-edged sword, really. Let's put those blocks back. Let's fill that back up. The leaves can go in here, I guess. Some of them can. And we've got these saplings to do, and that's about it, really. And I think that kind of looks all right. I do want to throw in just a couple little bits of rock here and there. That's the other thing we're going to start doing next. Hey X, what is your opinion about the summer and the winter time? Oh, don't get me started on that winter time, you know. Oh, boils my blood, the old winter time. I mean, my opinion is that I guess they are things. They are weather cycles, they are seasons, and they exist. AME Silverwolf has resubscribed for 5 months saying, love you X, keep up the good work, you always make my day. Thank you for the lovely message, I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Let's get some cha-cha logs in here as well. X-Man says they are things. Unbeatable insight. The insight is real. Expert knowledge. I have it. Autumn is better than spring, says Technical Machine. Oh, now you're going to start an argument. I'd agree with that. I always preferred the summertime, says Dr. Viok. I'm a bit mixed. I really like the cold of winter. I prefer to be cold than hot, because I can be cold and make myself warm. But when it's hot, you kind of feel like you don't have much control. It's just, it is what it is, and you're at mercy to that. Two side by side, that looks good. Yeah, so just need to throw in a few of these. Let's try and always put them next to leaves, right? Like it tells a little bit more of a story if there's a pattern going on. Like, hey, those saplings are always next to a cluster of leaves, right? Like that one isn't quite, so we'll move you. And I think we're kind of good here. We're pretty much done. Yeah, I like all of this. That's good. Let's take a step back again. You know, it's one of the easier ones. I like there's that one red flower in there. Feels like you need at least one or two here and there. That's good. Alright, that works out pretty well. I do feel like maybe here we need a fence of some sort. Maybe like a little bit of a block palette coming together and adding some fences. Let's have a look at what we can do. Oh, we never put down any custom grass of our own. That's fine though. It was all done with bone meal. Cool. Never music in the overworld, says Flat Pat Jetpack. Yep, we're using the soundtracks for today. Cynical Pats fan is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Cynical Pats fan, thank you ever so much for subscribing. I appreciate your support. Pat Zano says, hey, have you ever thought of changing up the stream music? Maybe pay for something you enjoyed and wrote about on your blog. I have no idea. No, I won't. No, definitely not. Yeah, no, if I buy anything with a commercial license, that's just going to be a headache to get to work on YouTube. I like to do stuff with, you know, Creative Commons, something that's not in YouTube's system. So, if, like, I've even used music by people who have licensed Creative Commons and then illegally put it in YouTube's system, but I'm sure you know how that all works. It's pretty scandalous. Yeah, so, no, in order to not have to deal with your content getting flagged and stuff, just best to use stuff that's licensed under Creative Commons. Funky Coaster is here, resubscribing for 19 months. Thank you so much, Funky Coaster. I appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoy the stream and have a good time. Puri says, oh, redstone lamps are cool. What resource pack is that? This is the default look of Minecraft in 1.14. Double Moses says they aren't supposed to grow. Yeah, the saplings won't grow. That's why we get to place those ones where we couldn't place the others. Be a nice feature if you could place a sapling and have a way to not make it grow. You know. Fuelahula says, yeah, Wells had a heck of a time when using licensed commercial music, I believe. Yeah, because it'll be in the system, even though you've commercially licensed it. The fact that you had to commercially license it is a big red flag for the fact that it's in YouTube's system. You want to go with people that don't use YouTube's system, right? And that can have a risk of them, you know, changing their mind later on. Which happened to me. Don't want to go into it too much. I've talked about it before on stream, but basically someone who licensed their music under Creative Commons then signed with a record label, which is like illegal. You shouldn't be able to just change the contract of your licensing like that. And then they started claiming against YouTubers. But what was worse is that if you tried to resolve it with that individual, they were really snarky and rude about it, and I think it's clear that they were just a young person who didn't have a lot of respect or didn't know what they were doing, you know. Weren't really considering how they're impacting other people's channels and lives, and I don't know what happened to them now, but I flagged all my videos even though I had an agreement with them, so just goes to show, eh? Got to be careful. X, you can put a string on a sapling and it won't grow. Is that true though? Might be. Yeah, probably is. Probably is about right. Let's see. I'm trying to gather together some of the classic blocks for building rocky formations. That'll get even better in the next update. I'm also trying to think about what do I want to build a fence out of here. I think it's probably a good idea to stick to a similar palette that's already in the area. So that for me, oh, we've already got loads of cha-cha wood. That would be the cha-cha wood and the oak fence. Let's grab that. We've got loads of those. And then something to go underneath it. So I'm thinking this fence starts here. Oops. Maybe it doesn't need something underneath it. Maybe it needs that, maybe it doesn't. Okay, now it's around here that the next building is going to start. So, for now we'll do that. We may change it up. That's actually kind of feels okay-ish. I might want to change... Maybe we could use that other green colour, right? Make it look like the grass has been roughened up just there at the front. Let's see if we can use that to our advantage. Slime walls, says Reganos. Slime walls. I don't ever use slime block decoratively. I'm not sure when I would. I think you have to be in a bit more of a fantasy slash futuristic. You know, something a bit out of the more foundational. Like, how many builds on planet Earth look like they've got slime blocks in them? Probably none. Not Mera says absolute banger. This song is an absolute banger right here. I remember rocking it on my jukebox that one time that I got a skeleton to kill a creeper. Oh, that was epic. What a tune. So yeah, let's also throw a couple of blocks behind a little bit just to try and make it look a bit more weathered in. I mean, I'm not really sure if it's going to tell that story, but it's worth a try, I think. Kind of actually works, I think. Kind of works pretty well. I think, though, the problem is that it's very consistent at the front, so we need to put a few grass blocks back in there, just a few. Maybe one here, one there. Either side of this leaf block. And then over here. Right, that to me is feeling pretty cool. I like this project. It's turned out pretty well. You can try waterlogged leaves. I don't think you can waterlog leaves, Lady Galata. That's looking good from here now. I like that. That's pretty good. Right, so we've got to together our rocky palette. Do I want to add some more fencing around here? I'm not sure if I do. It'd be a bit cramped if I did something like that. Nah, it's a bit cramped. I think on this side I'm going to leave it kind of open. Right, but what we're trying to do on this side is establish the rockiness of this area. We need that smooth stone in here. Mod Engineer says, I'm just using replay mod to create clickbait thumbnails for my friend because I feel like it. Okay. Add green concrete powder, says Jack. We've already done that. Aprover says, that'd be amazing though. What would be amazing? Using slime blocks? Where are we at with the conversation? Okay, up here we're going to go like that and then... I kind of need cobblestone here as well. Yeah, that's the kind of rockiness I want to go for. What we need is a different tool right here. So now you can see how crafting this kind of stuff comes together. You just gotta sort of randomise, but at the same time try and make sense of where you're placing the blocks, right? Give them a little bit of feeling, something that makes sense to you. So that's kind of working for me. We need to mirror that over on this side as well, just because I wanted to bring a bit of the rockiness from over here. Not too much of it though, and we need to make it kind of blend a little bit, which is going to be tricky. You can actually be like that. That might be all that we need here. That kind of works. Kind of works a lot. We've got a noise in the ear. It's Post Limini 1 resubscribing for 10 months, saying hi X, hi Post Limini. Thank you ever so much for your subscription. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. 8 Rover in chat says waterlog leaves I was talking about. Yeah, it would be cool to have those, but at the same time they are a full block. Harrow says, what is your opinion on the new Simpsons, and have you seen any of the new episodes? I haven't watched Simpsons in a long time. That being said, I mean new episodes. I go through phases of sort of rewatching old shows on YouTube, right? Because there are loads of clips of classic moments from some of my favourite shows, like so you got South Park, you got Peep Show, you got The Simpsons. What else has it been throwing up at me? The Office. So like so I end up watching little clips of it when I eat, you know, on YouTube. Just throw it on and watch some clip videos. But like if you click on one, it knows what you like and keeps throwing you more. So you sort of go through a cycle of watching all the classic clips of The Office. Then it starts to throw some different shows at you, like Peep Show. And one of those has been The Simpsons. It like throws Simpsons clips at me, and I end up watching a few of them. And oh, it's so brilliant. It's such a brilliant show, right? But the thing is, they kind of admit that they're just going to run the show into the ground and milk it for all it's worth. And that is kind of a, you know, a non-incentive, if you like, to tune in and find out what they're doing these days. So I haven't seen anything new of Simpsons in quite some time. I'm probably not going to check it out anytime soon, right? Right, so how does this look from multiple angles? I feel like maybe what we need to do is just put the occasional bit of grass with some actual grass on top of it as well in there. Add Mossstone X is Monster Mug Gaming. Yeah, I think you're on the right path, right idea path there. The old idea path, you're on it. Zekrom Sadristic is here doing the cheers, throwing the bits with the XVX heart emote. Thank you ever so much for your cheers and bits, man. I appreciate that support and contribution to the channel. It's appreciated. Hope you're entertained. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you again. Buttons make nice little rocks. Yes, they do. Yes, those good old buttons make nice little rocks. We'll get some of those good old little buttons. We need some bone meal up in here. We need some buttons going on, and apparently we need some mossy cobble, which I probably don't have to hand, and I haven't really got any vines going, have I? My vine game isn't any good. Let's go start growing some, you know. Vine farm built with iron blocks. Happy little rocks, says Vesterlands. Yeah, put down some happy little rocks. Oh, those rocks are happy. Because they're rocking out all the time, 24/7. Apparently Monster Mud has been telling me to add Mist Stone for over an hour. Well, an hour ago we were doing redstone, so that sounds pretty crazy, right? Happy little rocks. This one right here. So we'll change that to that, and then does that work? Kind of does. I think maybe you've got to hide the grass a little bit more. So let's say we go for another one. We'll put it there. Can I? Yeah, I think that's probably important to throw a few of those in here and there as we fill up the space. This bit here is going to be rocky as well, by the way. So let's just start off with a few rocky blocks. Happy little block. Happy little rock. Put a few of these here and there again. Get some height. And I think we'll build up a little bit of something to this point. So let's go ahead, do that. And then on this side, bring it down, and over here it's going to be completely, in fact it's going to start drifting down. This is where our slope's going to drift down a little bit. Okay, let's play that out better. Happy little rock. Happy little rock. Shizuku3158 is here resubscribing for 10 months, saying the real Twitch baby. Also, what's the missing texture item in the toolbox? Good question. I've seen a few comments about that. Happy little rock. It's a happy little rock. Right. It is a wrench. Yes, the wrench texture is broken, basically. And I haven't fixed it. Add comparators as technical machine. Yeah, that'll make sense. Just a couple of random comparators floating about. Don't mind them. I think what might be smart here is to have this fall down faster than the stairs, because it's built up on one side. So on the other here, it should actually be falling down. I'm going to change that block to a slab then. We need to exacerbate this drop here. We're going to have to get some stone bricks to go where those are. And we're going to make this drop pretty quickly down to its bottom level. So there will be stone at the height I'm looking at right here. We'll have stone down at that level. Right, let's make this work, peeps. Let's make this work. So, continuing with the drops, going to go down like that. And then maybe bring that across like so. Yeah, that's kind of working for me. One of the things that doesn't work with doing this is the amount of cobble. Cobble's always there with the stairs and the slabs, but man, 1.14, when we get andesite and stone slabs, this is going to be amazing for building. It's going to be amazing. Skeptic Mystic 23 is here, subscribing with the old Amazon Prime for 20... No, just 4 months, not 24. Jeez. That's not a goldie face, I got it all wrong. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it, buddy. Hope you are enjoying the stream we're doing here today. Thanks for coming out and supporting me. Appreciate that. Okay, let's throw these down. These little blocks. Happy little rock. We'll put a happy little rock right there. There we go. 8Prover says, so looking forward to the new slabs and stairs. Probably the most exciting thing. It probably is, really, isn't it? Like that's going to be the biggest. Well, here's the thing. Like, I love the technical side of the game as well, right? So I'm going to enjoy some of the other stuff. But yeah, that's going to be a big, sort of in-your-face, noticeable difference, right? You're going to be like, oh, I can do this. How long have I waited to do this for? That's what it's going to be like. Right, that needs to be cyan, obviously. Making sure we get on top of that. I'll make this one here into a slab. This is looking kind of alright. Need some stairs. Got one stair left. So yeah, that's actually working pretty well, I think. There's a couple of little spots we've got to catch out. But it is coming together pretty well. I think I want to have it slope down a little bit there. Another happy little rock. Looking great. Looking absolutely great. And we've got a noise in here. It's Jekyll's112. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Jekyll's, thank you ever so much for your Amazon Prime subscription. By the way, we've got 1,350 peeps tuning in. Be sure to hit the follow button over here on twitch.tv/Asuma. And let me be a good streamer and do some plugs. I'm going to plug the stuff. We got a Discord server, discord.gg/Asuma. And very soon, we're going to start launching Asuma's Chat Corner, where there's going to be channel topics like music, snapshots, Minecraft updates, that kind of stuff, health and lifestyle channel. There's going to be all sorts of channels related to things that I'm interested in. Maybe even like a podcast channel. I could share with you the podcast and listen to. Anyway, good reason to join if you haven't done already. We're going to be adding some new channels and having some chats together. I also have a Twitter at AsumaVoid. If you're not following me, I occasionally tweet stuff. I tweet my music blogs and I tweet all of the videos that I upload in case YouTube doesn't work for you. And what else should I plug? That'll do it. I think that'll do today. I can't be bothered. I did my good stream a bit, okay? I did the plugs. Okay, I'm hit the like button. You know what I mean? Make sure you're subscribed. Right. Where are we at? Where are we at? What server am I on? What day is it? What's going on? Who am I? I need answers now. Okay, cobblestone stairs? Are you telling me I don't have any cobble? Are you telling me that I don't have any cobble? I don't have any cobble, peeps. I mean, that's how poor I am. Okay, that's how bad at this game I am. I don't have cobble. What is going on? Okay, that was a good decision. I really feel like that kind of brings this flow of rockiness across, right? Like, we built this through the rocks, and that's important. That's organics right there. Oh, organics. Fancy word. Cracked stone brick, says DSN. Yeah, I could get like over the top with it. We'll have stairs for those in the next update. Oh, 1.14. It can't come any sooner, can it? Right, give me cobble. I need every little bit of cobble I can scrabble my little scraggly hands on. Apparently I've got scraggly hands. I just decided to say I have scraggly hands. Peeps, I don't have scraggly hands. Oh, my hands are perfectly fine. They're not actually. I tell you what I do have. I have skinny hands and skinny wrists, bony hands, and they're big as well. Some of you know that because you used to watch the old guitar videos. Oh, I tell you what, I was watching Billions, and they do this episode where they like the guys are all into Metallica, and they can't stop name dropping Metallica, and I'm like, this is great. Name drop Metallica, I like it. But then they go to a concert and James Hetfield's in it, and I'm like, what? And like the millionaire guy in the show hangs out with James Hetfield for a bit, and James gives him some like weird advice, and it's kind of interesting, kind of awful. Anyway, and then there's this like exchange between the two actors where you're like, I'm not sure if they really know how great Ride the Lightning is, but they talk about wearing out their Ride the Lightning CDs, and then I just had total flashbacks. I was like, oh, playing Ride the Lightning on guitar. That was the moment I was looking for, right? To go pick up the guitar again and just play it, you know, for the fun of it. But I've hurt my shoulder. I think having a strap on, I do wonder if that ever contributed to that shoulder being weaker, playing guitar, having a strap over it all the time. Yeah, then I was like, I can't really risk hurting my shoulder right now, so I didn't play the guitar, peeps. I didn't play the guitar, and it saddens my soul. My poor little musical soul. Guitar episodes on your channel, says Josh, what is it? It's on my second channel that you can watch me playing guitar. Yes, Ride the Lightning, best album, says Double Moses. Yeah, for me it's always the best, but it's also the one that I like heavily got into, right? So that makes me a little bit biased in some ways, but I even trying to be a little bit more objective, I can see why people might point to Master of Puppets as like the best one, but I think Ride the Lightning just has this mystique about it. It just has this like edge of like kind of nostalgia, time and place, that moment that perhaps Master of Puppets didn't quite have. I don't know, it's just got something a little bit more for me, and I love it. It's such a great record. I used to binge that over and over again as a kid. I used to play it, and then I'd put on AC/DC's Back in Black, and then I'd go back to Ride the Lightning. Loved it. Wonderful. Yeah, Ride the Lightning only just edges out MOP for me. Both brilliant. Oh yeah, they're both fantastic records for sure. It's a close call, yeah. But yeah, I'd go with Ride the Lightning. And do you know what records of theirs I think are really great? Load and Reload are fantastic records. Like, as a young person that was like, this isn't metal, you know what I mean? This isn't Metallica that I want to listen to. I never gave those records a proper chance. Although when I got them, I do remember I really liked the song Fixer. I liked a couple of other tracks here and there. I can't remember the names of them now. But there was just like one or two songs, and Fixer was one of them that I did actually really like. But when I went back a couple of years ago and went, right, I'm going to give these records a proper listen, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, as a more, I guess, diverse listener or a more experienced listener, I don't know what you want to, you know, I wasn't trying to hear the Metallica I wanted to hear. I was listening to what they were trying to do and be, and it made so much more sense to listen to it that way. Then you realise how great the songs are, and like James's riffing work on that record is awesome. Just sort of reinvents his style, and I think it went largely overlooked by a lot of people who wanted them to just, you know, make Master of Puppets 2 or whatever. X, what's your opinion on the Black Album, says Expert Tatum. I like the Black Album. It is so good to listen to. I think it's one of the first pop metal records, right? Like, it's the first time they sort of channeled all of the energy of metal and put it in a really accessible place. And then I don't think they really compromised too much by doing that. I mean, it's a good record, but I don't know. No, it's a really great record. I don't know. My opinion on certain stuff changes over time. Like, and Justice for All, as Ender Stranger is saying, is their favourite. And Justice for All is unfortunately scarred by its awful production, but you could argue that could be their best as well. That's like a progressive metal album. That was such an ambitious record, and so much brilliant music on there. Maybe a little bit bogged down at times by some of the lengthy songs, which kind of cycle through riffs a bit unnecessarily. But yeah, the thing with the Black Album, I think, is just that, you know, they were in their absolute prime, and you'll always be listening to that record, I think, and thinking, what if they didn't choose to do this though? What if they choose to do like another thrash record? Because when you've got like 4 records of exquisite thrash metal, like they weren't showing signs of slowing down or losing charm, you know. And then the fact that I think the fact that they never bounced back from the Black Album with another thrash metal record, maybe why like it is soured for some people. I'm not one of those people. I'll enjoy it, but you know, it comes in a change of direction, right? Like they don't return to those first four records again until, you know, maybe even as late as Death Magnetic. Do you ever hear something like that again? You know, and that wasn't that great a record. Sean says Death Magnetic, thoughts and opinions. You know, I saw the Death Magnetic tour. That was right in the middle of me going to like loads of gigs back in the day and being all in the music scene, and it was such an event at the time. Saw them headline a couple of festivals, saw them do shows at like the O2, and it was so great in the moment. But then after the cycle was sort of over, never really picked up the record again, and then listened to it again years later, and I was like, this isn't that good. You know, it wasn't that great. What should we do next? Because I think I might just keep bringing the rocks down here. At some point, I want to do something with some like brown dirt. I think maybe down there on the flat might be a good spot. Let's just keep doing something, because I'm waffling and I'm being a little bit unfocused, right? I need to make sure we're making some progress around here with what we're doing. We could start to try and lay out some building foundations as well as another idea. It's weird how it makes the breaking grass sound twice if there's grass on top of the block. It always seems to throw me off, that sound. Oh, apparently I left some blocks behind. Hey Osuma, what are you working on? We're working on Tower Bay. And Justice for All is said to be viated in production by Lars Ulrich, who forced the mix engineer to practically mute Jason Mews's bassline. There are lots of stories about what happened, but on a channel called Loudwire you can find an interview with the sound engineer himself, like all these years later, talking about how he was trying to convince him not to goof with the mix and all of this. I don't know what was going through their heads when they decided to mix it like that. I can understand perhaps trying to take an artistic risk and doing something a little bit unexpected, but they kind of ruined it. Like, you know, you have to listen to that album loud for the feel of it to really kick. Josh says, what are your thoughts on bass? I think too often in music, bass gets a little bit underutilized and just ends up mirroring what the guitars do. I think that's kind of dull, but you can get away with it. But if ever you got a good bassist in a band, or someone who knows how to bring a bit more through the bass to the music, that's always fantastic. I love stuff like kind of like post-punk era, where bass lines are much more prominent and up front. I really like that sound where you can hear like the bass line punching through and maybe doing its own thing while the guitars kind of like wail on in a different direction. That's always good. You know, a lot of metal though that I listen to, just the bass ends up mirroring, and it's not so great as doing something creative with the bass. I think the bass is like a powerful instrument. Double bass or electric, says XP Tam. I'm talking about you know, contemporary music, so double, sorry, you know, just electric bass. Right, trying to tidy this mess up that I've made, peeps. Made an absolute mess here. Where's the dice? Did I even get the dice chest out? Sean says, did you hear Metallica's latest album? Yeah, I wrote about it on my blog, but apparently they're going to have another record out again soon. According to Lars, like, they want to get back in the cycle of making records routinely. By the way, I'm going to say it in case I didn't say it already. Jekyls112, thank you so much for the Amazon Prime. That was 10 minutes ago. I'm not sure if I read that one out or not, so I'll read it again and say thank you. Double Moses says, any opinion on Megadeth? I love Rust in Peace. Rust in Peace is my favourite record of theirs. That album's phenomenal. They're a cracking band. Dave Mustaine is such a talent, and you know, I like both them and Metallica. I don't like all these one or the other type debates. Like, hey, enjoy as much music as you can, you know? Life's short. Don't be like picking some side over music. Yeah. Is it sad that I like Risk by Megadeth, says Spanky Quest? Not at all. If you like it and get enjoyment out of it, like, who could blame you for that? That's a win. If you get enjoyment out of something. I'm going to start throwing some of this just away again. Away, away, away. Because it's filling up all my chests. Why was vintage beef removed from the services, Vinistry? Where did you hear that? Vintage beef hasn't been removed. Oh, the assumptions. I get sick of reading comments like that with like some big built-in assumption somewhere. I mean, I'm assuming it's an assumption. Maybe someone told you that he was kicked, but like, no, that's not a thing. One of my strongest memories was when I went to the Big Four, Gothenburg, and when Metallica entered the stage. Awesome day. Yeah, Warada, that was around the same time, right? Because I saw some of the Big Four shows. They were really cool. It was a good moment. I think that might have been when I cracked my rib at Slayer, actually. Yeah, it must have been, because Metallica followed, so it would have really been around that time. This is always why I don't want to leave your streams. You give so much wisdom. I did not think of before, says Manu Plays. Oh, I'm glad you get a little bit of wisdom from the things that I say. I always try and pass on stuff like that, right? Be intelligible and... yeah. What are we looking at here? Backpack. I feel like I'm missing... oh, these two. There we go. I'm missing something here. This beacon base should probably come down already, shouldn't it? Although I've got a couple of floaty chests then that I'll be left with. And some shulker boxes. So these are project shulker boxes. So they should get moved. Yeah, let's get rid of this beacon base. Like, it is clunky and annoying at this point. And I'm building in this area. I've got to think about where am I going to walk back and forth to. I think walking up to here is fine. So let's just use this area as our storage spot now, I guess. This is a project shulker box, and so is that one. Could even try and move those chests over here as well, actually. My inventory's nice and clear. Right, let's grab that. Grab this. Oh yeah, these are project ones as well. I've got a lot of project shulker boxes over here. Oh, the vine farm, says Double Moses. Oh yeah, the vine farm. Yeah, very important that I get that bit done, right? That's my silk touch. Just wanted to double check. What happened to your beacon, says Harrow? It's over there. The Gist Noan says, is there going to be another big event on the Hermitcraft server, all the hermits? Yeah, probably. We like to do those sorts of things, don't we? Right, let's put this down here, put the valuables next to it, and then make some shears. So we can get those vines, those precious, precious vines. Let's also get a bed, because it'll soon be night and all that. Look, peeps, we doubled our vines. What an amazing farm. Oh, a little bit more than double. Wow. Gee, so efficient. Just like this harvesting method. Right, there we go. Did I pick them all up? I thought we had 7 in total. There's the other one. So maybe I'll start growing it off the front of here. Not the best of places, but it'll do. Jack says, how long will this season last? It'll last until season 7 starts. Okay, a little bit of insider information for you. Don't go telling everyone that. Jeez. Don't let the cat out of the bag. Why is the cat in the bag? Post Lemony says, I checked the Windows updates and current. Okay. Can I get a tutorial on this farm? This is crazy about maps. Find place that's awkward to reach. Put vines there. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. The whole shabazz, right? Flapjack Jetpack says, what have I missed? We've been placing blocks. We've been breaking blocks. We've been doing redstone as well. We've missed a whole bunch of stuff. More important, who put the cat there? Why is the cat in the bag and who put them in the bag? That's what we need to know. Spanky Quest says, grow jungle tree, vine farm boom. Yeah, it is a good way to get a lot of vines quickly. I'll tell you what I don't like about doing with that way though, is that The vines are kind of awkward to get to because they're all up the cylindrical tree. So as you make your way up it, it's kind of awkward to get to all of them. Or you make your way down it as well. That's what I've found anyway. It's raining iron blocks around here, isn't it? Right, what we'll do is start to reclaim some of these. Thank you very much. Don't want to just throw them away. I know we've got an amazing iron farm, but waste not, want not. I don't know if that applies. What does that saying even mean again? It just popped into my head. Waste not, want not. I know what it means. It means, like, if you don't waste as much stuff, then you won't have the need to get as much stuff, I think is the idea, right? So if you're always throwing away bits of food that you haven't finished eating, later on when you're hungry, you know, microwave that bit of food you saved from earlier. It's probably not a great example. Doesn't sound very appealing either, does it? But I can never throw away food. I throw away food. Sorry, let's start that sentence again. I can never throw away food. I threw away food this morning. I kind of changed my eating plan today because I decided to work out in the morning. So I was gonna do 1 day on, 1 day off. 1 day on, 1 day off, right? But I can't help myself. I was like, no, I'm going to work out again today. So I'm going to go back to back. Back to back, day off, back to back, day off. So that means I had to shuffle my food intake a little bit around so I get enough protein, right? On the day that I work out, I make sure I get lots and lots of protein. So then I found myself like juggling around all the food I had in my phone because I like track everything that I eat. And then ended up cooking like a whole bunch of stuff for my breakfast. A massive bowl of like spinach with a sausage roll and all sorts of other stuff. It was just ridiculous. And I just made way too much food. And I was like, yeah, this isn't very clever. This is what happens when you change up your eating schedule. It all goes wrong. I have back-to-back days off too. No, not back-to-back days off. Back-to-back days on. X, do you consider meme as an art form? Yeah, I think it is, because it's created, right? You have to create a meme. Of course memes are art. I mean, maybe not in the classical sense of what art is. If anything, in the classical sense of art, there might be literally the opposite of what art is supposed to be, right? Like, art is supposed to be that is new and challenges and goes against, right? Memes are routine. They're more formulaic. I have a friend who's a bachelor in art and explains this stuff to me, and it's really fascinating to learn about what art is from like a classical perspective. It's not what a lot of people think it is. It's not just drawing something. It's much more than that. Right, I'm just going to throw some bits away over here and then put some junk back in there. Did the music stop playing? It's on shuffle. It's supposed to keep playing, peeps. It should really keep playing. I find the timing rather peculiar because this is where we're wrapping up the stream, by the way. So you know, music just happened to stop at just the right time. Massive thank you everyone for tuning in today. Be sure to hit the follow button before you go. Big thank you to all the people who tuned in to watch, all the people who were hanging out in chat, and all the people who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all my patrons as well supporting me over there. So big thank you. I'm going to send you over to It's Ludicolo. I got a busy day today and I got to go eat now. So I'm going to send you over there rather than looking for a Minecraft channel. But anyway, he's playing Satisfactory and I can't join. So if anyone wants to let him know that I have to shoot off, that would be great. Alright, thank you peeps. I'll see you later. Bye bye.